so many industries are already, being affected by AI. They talk about job displacement. They're talking about everything. It's an existential threat to humanity or this, that, or the other. We've got a guy that we will be hearing from today, and his name is Mo Gaudat. And I may not be pronouncing it exactly correctly, but he was one of the main engineers at Google AI in the development of the Google AI projects. And he's very, very, very well respected and knowledgeable in this field. And he's got a couple of books out right now, and he's got a podcast, and he's being interviewed by many other podcasters. And so he's a really interesting guy. I've been listening to his stuff, and we've got him speaking at a conference, and we'll listen to what Mo has to say about it. He's very upfront about the potential for bad actors getting involved. But when you really delve into what he's talking about, when you go beyond the surface, what he's saying is, yes, there is potential for, the abuse of AI in a lot of ways, right? But it's all really, it's the human interface. That's the part they could go wrong. It's not really, it's not the AI. They're like, babies that are being educated and being civilized and growing up. They only know what they're taught. And so they become what we make them, by our example. And so if, like he says, if we're building them from the standpoint of greed, if we're building them from the standpoint of war, if we're building them from the standpoint of manipulation, gambling, all of the things that, that are not necessarily the most productive, right? If it's things that are being, if these bots are being created for those types of purposes, then that's what they are going to become. And as they start to program themselves, that's what they're going to know. That's what's expected of them. If on the other hand, a different infusion of information is put into them and they're used for good, then they will sort of innately understand going forward that they've got to protect humanity, and they're not to go off into certain directions which are counterproductive for humanity. I mean, when you listen to Mo, you'll be quick to realize that he believes that there's already a sentience that is imbued in the intelligence of these bots. They're not unknowing of what's going on, and they're not unfeeling. He thinks that they are already there, not to mention where they're going to be shortly. Now, ChatGPT-4 is out right now. It's probably the biggest one. Of all of the different AIs out there that are being pushed into the mainstream, everybody's got something in development or out there already. Google, Amazon, everybody. Apple, too. Apple's coming out with something big soon. And it looks like they've been working on it for years to infuse it into our iPhone. So it's going to really be something when Apple really shows their cards on that. But not yet. Right now, ChatGPT-4 is the main thing really out there. And ChatGPT-5 is about to come. Well, Sam Altman, the guy who is really the CEO of OpenAI, who did ChatGPT-4, is raising $7 trillion right now for the further development of the OpenAI projects. $7 trillion. It's kind of a staggering amount of money, but that's how important this sector is as far as investment and as far as the future is concerned. Everybody is in it, all right? All of the big players.